He won't stop, yeah. Blessed by the Most High. With my motherfucking eyes, how you gonna stop it? You with what on me? Won't stop, yeah. He won't stop, yeah. Blessed by the Most High. With my eyes, how you gonna stop it? You with what on me?
Solana on my eyes, we won't stop. Setting up zones, taking back the block. They don't wanna know what we be like. Home of the truth, in the bed, gon' watch. Giving the word, making this move. We can't stop, we can't lose. At the school, start new. One way school, lace your boots, call it the truth. I can go really straight out the damn zoo. Fuck with the eye, can I pop at your do? Everybody tryna be a Hebrew, yeah. Who the fucking with the one west? I don't know nobody in the flesh. Up on the news and we talk to the press. I'll put the sword to your neck. Who next to flex? I suggest you stay out the way. Won't feel like every day. Hey, one way to PK. Hey, ain't no other way. Hey,
he won't stop. Yeah, he won't stop. Yeah, blessed by the Most High. With my motherfucking eyes, how you gonna stop it? You with what on me? Won't stop. Yeah, he won't stop. Yeah, blessed by the Most High. With my motherfucking eyes, how you gonna stop it? You with what on me?
That is bleak.
He won't stop, yeah. He won't stop, yeah. Blessed by the Most High. With my motherfucking eyes, how you gonna stop it? You with what on me? Won't stop, yeah. He won't stop.
okay, don't forget it. One West I'm living, yeah. This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, yeah. Feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah. UPK, don't forget it. One West I'm living, yeah. This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, yeah. Feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah. Who I be? Crime apart, never saw. Break these bitches off. Get one through your stomach, through your damn meal figure. One West, nothing but soldiers and real niggas. Let my ox get to kiss the motherfucking boots to play my split. If you ain't an Israelite, then I don't fuck with you. Passing flyer through the bar, baby, you can take a picture. When they see us at the mall and we break it down, do it for the 12 tribe blood of an Israelite. When them devils start to die, we gon' ride, blessed by the Most High, we gon' break the sky. When them white babies see us grind, throw them off in the fire. Bury me a motherfucking priest when I die. UPK, one West, you know that's the life. Fuck the other side, we don't fuck with you kind. Cop, get the order and we gon' take ground. Okay, don't forget it. One West, I'm living, yeah. This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, yeah. Feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah. UPK, don't. This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, yeah. Feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah. UPK, don't forget it. One West, I'm living, yeah. This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, yeah. Feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah.
Shalom, Israel. We're going to get started in just a minute. You already know what it is.
Okay, don't forget it. One West, I'm living, yeah. This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, yeah. Feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah. UPK, don't forget it. One West, I'm living, yeah. This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, yeah. Feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah. Who I be? Crime apart, never south. Break these bitches off. Get one through your stomach, through your damn meal figure. One West, nothing but soldiers and real niggas. Let my eyes get ya. Kiss the motherfucking boots to play. Nice picture. If you ain't an Israelite, then I don't fuck with you. Passing flyers through the bar, baby, you can take a picture. When they see us at the mall, and we breaking down shit. Do it for the 12 tribe blood of an Israelite. When them devils start to die, we gon' ride, blessed by the Most High, we gon' break the sky. When them white babies grind, throw them off in the fire. Bury me a motherfucking priest when I die. UPK One West, you know that the light. Fuck the other side.
Alright, Israel. You know what it is. Take Ground Radio. You understand? Take Ground Radio under Commander Hannah. 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge. Let's get the theme song going. You understand about man, Officer Quan Par. Let's get some of that popping and rocking. You understand? You know what it is. Matrix Sessions, Take Ground, Breakdowns. Pay your tithes, 10% of all money you earn, go to the men of the Lord. We here once again. Like I said, we try to do this every 5 p.m. We're trying to do it Monday through Friday, but we seeing how it goes, how many times we can get it per show. Uh, but we can go ahead and get started. You know what I mean? We can start. Let me change the caption so you can start asking your questions. Bring your questions. We already have a few questions that we weren't able to answer from the last show. So let's see if we can get those answered from the last show. Let me try to pull them up. Okay. All right. So the question we had from last week that we weren't able to get to was actually sent to my inbox. You can send questions to the inbox, but I will not answer them in the inbox. I will answer them generally in a general fashion on the show. You understand? Not gonna do it like privately messaging, inboxing, you know what I mean? Especially sisters and stuff like that. You got a camp leader and for that, you know what I'm saying? You can ask your camp leader those questions and he'll gladly answer them for you. That's his job. But let's get the question from last week. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar Tabashim El Shah. Question: what if your husband keeps speaking on multiple wives, but is not currently in position to do so? All right. It says, what if your husband keeps speaking on multiple wives, but is currently not in a position to do so? Now, that's a tough question. Or it's not a tough question. It's kind of set up. Hey, shalom, everybody tuning in. Now she's saying her husband's speaking on multiple wives, but she believes he's not in a position to do so. He's not in a position to have a handle or have multiple wives. All right, few things about that. First of all, a black man should be able to speak on what the hell he want to speak on. You understand? That's a form of oppression right there, where a black man can't even talk about certain things. He's scared to talk about. That's a form of abuse. You know, they always talk about women are physically abused and physically abusive relationships. Men are in abusive relationships in this kingdom more so than women. It's safe to say that. I bet if you were to, at least in my experience, what I've seen, especially with the laws and the way the police are so one-sided and with domestic violence, that men are bigger targets for domestic violence. They are they experience domestic violence at a high rate. You understand? Usually higher rate than women, especially in the black community. Okay. But that's a form of abuse. Okay. That's a form of mental, emotional abuse, psychological abuse, where a man can't even speak on certain things. He can't even talk about certain things. All right. Especially when you're talking about Israelite culture, things that ain't a sin, that ain't wrong. Having a man having multiple wives is not a wrong thing. It's not a sin. Okay, that is not wrong whatsoever. So a man speaking on it is not wrong either. Now, if you trying to check him on what he's saying and speaking, you understand, you basically trying to emasculate him, and it may backfire. And I'll tell you how it could backfire. Now, if you're dealing with a certain type of brother, if certain type of brothers don't appreciate somebody, their woman oppressing them or bowing them down or making them where they only could say this or do that. Sometimes that backfires, and he keeps saying he's mad that you keep telling him not to do it. He may turn around and just do it because he doesn't like how you telling him not to do it. I don't know if you understand that. Women do that all the damn time. It's something that they know that they husband don't like. They do it anyway just because they husband don't like when they do it. Men can be the same way. All right. And now in a perfect world, you don't, which is what we're going to teach about. Men is, I'm start with the men first. Men, you don't want to vex your wife with something like that. You don't want to vex your wife with just always talking about multiple wives, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give me some more wives around here, this and that. You don't want to unnecessarily vex her, seeing how we in this condition, in this captivity anyway. You don't want to, add fuel to the fire for no reason. You understand? When it's not necessary. If you're gonna get multiple wives, get multiple wives. You don't have to sit here and talk and discuss it with your woman and tell her and talk to her about it, what she think about it. Fuck that. You doing that is going to cause destruction. There's a scripture about that. Let me get the scripture. All right. So brothers, the scriptures say, dwell with your wife according to wisdom. So like I said, you don't want to unnecessarily vex her with something like that. I know it's like a thing where it's like, oh, you got two wives and they both cool with it and this and that. You don't, if it's not like that, don't try to force a river. Don't try to force a course of a river. All right, where was we at? I'm looking for the scripture that talks about. Okay, concerning. Give me a second. Pull the scripture that has to do with it. All right, Ecclesiasticus 37:11. Neither, saying don't do it, consult with a woman. Don't consult with a woman touching her of whom she is jealous. All right. Then he gives into a lot more other things like don't neither with a coward in matters of war, nor with a merchant concerning exchange, nor with buying or selling. But the one we want to focus in on is the first part of the verse, where it says, "Neither consult with a woman." Let me see if I have to start a verse above that. Consult not with one that suspecteth thee, and hide thy counsel from such as envy thee. All right. So the first part says, don't consult with one that suspect thee. All right. Neither consult with a woman touching of her of whom she is jealous. You don't want to consult with no woman about no other woman. No other women. Damn sure your women, one of your wives about your other wife. Don't do it. And if she's trying to give you some counsel on it, don't listen to it. Ain't no way no woman's about to be sitting here giving counsel about another woman and it's going to be righteous counsel. Especially mainly of whom one she is jealous of. If she's sitting there thinking you stealing her man, this and that, she not going to tell you shit that's right. She going to tell you out of the jealousy of her own heart. So that's why the scriptures say don't do it. Don't consult with one of whom she is jealous. All right. So back to the sister's question. What should she do about her husband who keeps talking about other women? Stop talking about it. You understand? That's what you could do. If that's causing a problem and vexing your relationship, stop talking about it. You stop talking to your man about it. Stop asking him. Stop badgering him. And for the husband, if you even brothers, you don't entertain it. You understand? Your rib trying to talk about the possibility of multiple wives and this and that. Don't entertain it. Don't listen. Don't indulge in that conversation. Say, I ain't talking about that. Not with you. You know what I'm saying? Don't even worry about none of that. There's none of your business and none of that. So you don't bring, some unnecessary drama, because it's at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, she's not gonna be cool with it. It's not gonna be all peaches and cream. And like the scripture says, don't consult with a woman who she's jealous over. So, and the second thing of her question was the second point I wanted to make. She said, speaking on multiple wives, but is currently not in a position to do so. That's a problem right there. Because who is she? Who is the woman to decide if a man is in position to do something or not, as far as when it comes to getting another wife? What you want to do, brother, you want to get counsel from the Israelite, the priest of the Lord, the Israelite school of UPK on that matter. You want to get counsel from the men of the Lord about if you taking on another rib or not, or taking on another wife or not. If you do it without getting no counsel, just make sure you made a wise, sound decision, not based off of your lusts, not based off of no big booty, fat ass videos of her twerking on Facebook. You jumped in the inbox and now you about to get with her. You seen she was clapping cheeks on Facebook. So you jump and decide I'll be a good wife. Don't make no decisions based off of that. Don't make no decision to make this woman your wife just because she look good and she got the body, got the shape, got her hair, nails done, and all this and that. You don't want to make no decision based off of that. If your woman see you doing that, then she will say, "Oh, you're not ready for to have no multiple wives." And shoot, she may be right, but you don't want to be in no position to where your woman can make that type of call about you. Like you want to be in a position of power and authority, not in the position of, being son by your wife. You gotta be more responsible than your wife. A man should be more responsible than his wife. But sis, you don't want to be saying to yourself, "Oh, he's not ready for multiple wives." See, because in this kingdom, they be thinking, "Oh, multiple wives, you need to have multiple wives. You need to have multiple money. If you got a mountain of cash, then you can have multiple wives," which is bullshit. Because the same cats say who even would have enough money to support multiple families and this and that, them women that they with ain't gonna accept that shit either. So, you ain't gonna get nothing from that angle either. So you don't want to do that. All right. What you do want to do is get the wisdom and knowledge of the Lord and keep that matter separate. If you got one wife and you're getting another, keep it separate for as long as you can. That's a wise thing to do. You keep it separate for as long as you can, because there's no reason to bring extra drama to any situation. For when it's really not no pressing reason. You have one wife over here, one wife over there. At first, they both maybe not know about each other, but they know you believe in multiple wives. Then they learn about each other over a period of time after they both is solid in your corner. After they both is vetted and they both is like, yeah, these women, they in my corner. They not going nowhere no time soon. You know what I mean? So after they found out that there's another wife or whatever, it is what it is. It's gonna be, it's gonna be a lot of times drama anyway, regardless of what you do or how you do it. That's why Paul said, you will have trouble in the flesh when you're dealing with marriage. You're gonna have trouble in the flesh because now you're not looking to please the Most High, but you seeking to please the one you married. All right, so let's get the next question. Can I get a breakdown on Deuteronomy 32 and 39? Let's get it. I think there was another question that somebody hit me, but I gotta see if I can find it. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that I, even I am he, and there is no power with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever. If I whet my glittering sword and my hand take hold on judgment, I will render vengeance to mine enemies and reward them that hate me. I'll make mine arrows drunk with blood, and my sword shall devour flesh, and that with the blood of the slain and of the captives, from the beginning of revenges upon the enemy. All right, what you reading here is talking about the Lord when he decides to bring judgment down. When the Most High decides to bring judgment down, ain't nothing gonna stop it. He lives forever. You understand? You ain't gonna escape. That's what that's talking about. But let's get back on topic. Question was a little off topic. Here we on about relationships, not only between your man and a woman, but also between your cousins, you and your family, you and your auntie, you and your kids, all of that when it comes to Israelite culture. One thing you got to understand about women, all right, you're dealing with your sister of Zion. The scriptures talk about how she is the weaker vessel. I know now in 2021, girl power and been established, and women can do everything a man can do, supposedly, and the women's rights movement and all this bullshit. All that stuff don't mean nothing. The scriptures say the woman is the weaker vessel. You have to dwell with her according to knowledge. That's what the scriptures talk about. What does it mean, dwell with her according to knowledge? Which means you want to be in control of what goes in her mind. That's the best kind of play you want to do it. You want to be in control of who she, what type of shit she listening to and taking in and what's educating her. Because she naive. I mean, she'll learn some simple thing and she'll be trying to run with that simple thing when it's simple. So you gotta guard women's minds. You understand? And you do it out of love. You don't do it out of you gonna hate her or you want her. They try to say, I seen something sad today. Seen something real sad. I don't know if you all knew of this show. There used to be this show called The Bernie Mac Show. Okay? It was a show called The Bernie Mac Show. And it was about Bernie Mac. He got custody of his cousin's kids or something like that. Niece's kids or something. So he got custody of these 3 kids. 2 boys and a girl. One of them was a teenager. And I think her name was Nessa or something. And she was in that show. It was a great show. Everybody loved that show. Bernie Mac, funny as hell. He laid it down. Every episode was hilarious. It was entertainment. A great show. Everybody loved the Bernie Mac show. You hardly find anybody who was against the Bernie Mac show. But recently, what I seen on the internet is the sad thing is the older girl named Nessa, who was in the Bernie Mac show as a teenager or whatever, she's on the internet shaking her ass in bra and panties, or in panties with a t-shirt and this and that, and it's on the internet for everybody to see. It's a sad thing to see. That's the type of stuff we talking about. Like somebody done got in her head and told her, look, you was a child star. You could go and get on the internet, make an OnlyFans or make stripper videos or porno videos, and you'll get millions and millions. She should have turned that shit down. That's what we talking about. Like somebody come to her and tell her she can make millions of dollars by being naked on the internet. there obviously wasn't somebody who was protecting her over her to tell her, don't do that shit. If you need to get back making money, your childhood movie money is gone, child star money is gone, try to get some more roles. She really wasn't a good actor to begin with, so it's tough, but try to get another role or something. Or you just gonna have to downsize. You ain't gonna be as rich as you used to be. You're gonna have to get a career. You're gonna have to work a job. But instead, she shows that route. And that's what the scriptures are talking about. Like you brothers, you gotta, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, you gotta be righteous. You gotta be right with the Most High, so that way you can protect your sisters and the women that under you from falling into those type of devices. Now sometimes there's nothing you can do about it because they're wicked and rebellious, but for the most part they're the weaker vessel, so they'll listen to the man. The man has stronger voice, man has stronger reasoning, but black man, you got to be using that shit. You got to be using it so you can protect. That's why the scriptures say they bound up the man and spoiled the goods of the house. We got some comments. Salaki, I don't want, if I may, if my nephew is 13 thinking that he's homosexual, how can I tell him that that's wrong when his mother allows his feminine actions? Now let's break it down. You talking about your nephew. You're not talking about your son. So right there, you got an uphill battle, if the battle is even to be fought or won. You got an uphill battle. Because that's your nephew, that's not your son. Even though it may seem like a son, that's still your nephew. And he said he's thinking that he's homosexual. Is he thinking it? Or is he homosexual? He got a boyfriend. It look like if the mom's allowing it, she probably allowing boys over his house. Homosexual boys, I mean, as far as being able to like facilitating a homosexual relationship that he can have even at 13. Women are doing that. Women facilitating 13-year-old girls and getting marriages and pregnant. So they facilitate a 13-year-old boy in some gay shit. So if the mom is facilitating it, more than likely he lives with his mom. You saying, how can I tell him that that's wrong? The only way you can help that your nephew and tell him that is wrong is you got to come into the Israelite School of UPK, become a priest, be on them streets teaching, and Lord allow, one day he's going to see you teaching on the internet, or he going to come into the classes, or he going to see you on the street in your town, and he'll know it's wrong then when he sees you teaching it, that is wrong. We do the prayers after class. We do the prayers and we pray for the loved ones, our loved ones. You want to make sure you're praying for him. But as far as you just jumping in as like Superman and just, setting it straight when that's not your son, he probably don't live with you. His mom is allowing it, who is the caregiver. Like you don't have no say in the matter. Like you can't really, like I know I had a nephew. We had some family functions. This nephew of mine, he was super tall, like 6 foot. He was like 13 years old. He already 6'4", 6'5". But he ain't give a fuck about basketball. He wasn't even good. He wasn't even, he was too gangly and stuff. He wasn't into basketball at all. He was into music and art and stuff like that, and jokes and magic tricks and all type of shit like that. And he was getting, for some reason, his mom, who was a Christian, it's the only reason I can say why, she put him in an all white school, thinking that he gonna be successful because he's with white devils, right? So he's in the school. He's 6'4", real skinny, but he's getting bullied by these oppressors, by these Caucasians kids who probably all of them half his size, but he's getting bullied by them. So we at the family function. It was me and and I had a cousin named Mark. He was I don't want to say too many names, but he's gone. But rest in rise again, may he rise again. And we was kind of hearing about it, talking about it, and we was talking to him, telling him he need to toughen up, and we got to get him tougher and this and that. I'm play fighting with him and stuff. We trying to toughen him up as uncles and bigger cousins, because he was on some soft shit. Not gay, but he was soft. You know what I mean? He was not a fighter type. So we trying to toughen him up, but we don't live with him. We don't see him every day. We ain't giving him counsel every day on what to do. What ended up happening is mom took him out of that school and put him in a black school or a school that had more blacks, and it was about arts and stuff. It was an artsy school. And he started having success, got some good friends, start, being right. So it kind of corrected itself a little bit as far as that. He ain't all the way in the truth or serving the Most High, which would be perfect, but he's farther from when he was getting bullied, being soft, getting punked. So, your best way to influence them is you influence him. When he seen me, when I used to hang out with him, we sometimes play fight and wrestle and stuff. Shoot, I had all type of scars all over my body from football and wrestling and rugby, and muscles and stuff like that from when I was in high school playing sports. I ain't like I used to be, but I was in shape and all that. So he was able to see something else. So that is the only thing I could have did. Like I said, I had time to spend with him, so I toughened him up by play fighting with him, put him in a headlock or two. You know what I'm saying? He learned a few moves. One day he almost had me in an armbar. I said, "Oh hell no, nah. Nigga had about to break my shit." So he ended up toughening up a little bit, or at least he was in a better environment to really he could be himself without being having to make that choice about somebody bullying him or saying slick shit to him. So with him, he thinking he's homosexual. The only thing you can really do is if you're around him, then you can influence him subtly though. You can't run up to him and say, "Hey, nah, man, you gotta have wisdom with it." You know what I'm saying? Like I had another nephew who he from out of town. You know what I'm saying? And he dressed like, what's that dude, that rapper who wear the dresses? I ain't saying he was wearing dresses, but he dressed like him. Young Thug. He dressed like Young Thug. Tight this, tight that, tight this, tight that. That's when he first came. But then he started spending more time here, spent some time with me, rode around with me a little bit. I remember we rode around, we went to the store, and I had on my all black, my tan, black leather jacket, chains, you know what I'm saying? Hopping out my whip, you know what I mean? I rode with him to the store real quick, nice whip too. We go inside the CVS, all the chicks in the CVS looking at us, hard, walking up on us, trying to ask us questions, do we need help? Like, damn, can we get out? Can I get my face back? They was just eyeing us hard, trying to say, "Here, we'll help you at our register. We'll help you at this register." They was all on us. I ain't spit no game or nothing. I just bought my shit and we got up out of there. But all the females was in there looking hard at us, cause I had the militant shit on. You know what I'm saying? The black leather jacket, looking nice. The tan, the shades. I had all of it, looking fly, masculine, on some shaft shit. he seen that, took note, said, damn, the bras is liking that. I seen him later. He was in all black, looking thugged out. Black boots. When he wasn't used to wearing boots, he was trying to wear Jordans and little Nike boot, little Nike shoes. Then I seen he was in boots like 4-5 months later. He's in boots, looking all, looking manly and shit. I said, damn, that was good. Hopefully it made it that, well, kicking it with the UPK brothers and seeing more UPK brothers influenced him to change his style up. That's how you could do it. You know what I'm saying? You be strong in this truth. You be deep in this truth, hanging with brothers, being with brothers, spending time with brothers. And he gonna see them brothers. Lord will, one day he'll be around them, have them come to one of the barbecues or something like that. When we all just having a good time and it's a free open event like that for him to come, invite him and his mom or whatever. They come get something to eat. He gonna see all the brothers, beards, boots, braids. He gonna be like, damn, these niggas hardcore. At first, he ain't gonna say it. He gonna act like he don't like it. But this spirit of the Lord is strong. The spirit of the Lord is strong and influence brothers and sisters. Let's go to the next question. Multiple wives, or I think it's a statement. Multiple wives is already going on in our poor community. You don't need a lot of money. Yeah, that's true. You know what I'm saying? You don't need a lot of money. You need enough money to make sure you're surviving. You know what I'm saying? But having multiple wives, that's more money. The man is over all the finances. So if he got 3-4 incomes coming in, 2 incomes coming in, it should be more money. It may or may not be, but you got to be over it and making sure things is running right. That you ain't getting no frivolous spending where you going broke. Make sure your wives ain't doing that. But for the most part, there's more possibilities of money to come in because you're dealing with more people now. You got one man and 2 wives. All them incomes should be straight. Even if one fall on hard times, then the other 2 are still going making bread. That's how it be. But shit, you know what I mean? It's going on in the poor community, but it's going on in a dysfunctional, confused fashion. It's dysfunctional because brothers don't understand that it's right, so they don't know how to battle it. When a woman comes and say, "Oh, you cheating on me," he don't know what to say. He don't know what to say. All he know maybe it's a lie or whatever, but he don't know what to say to battle that without losing that battle. You gotta always win the moral battle. You gotta have a moral high ground. And she, in the Christianity and in this wicked world, she has the moral high ground because she can say, you're cheating on me and cheating is wrong. Being with another woman is wrong and you're wrong. So she has the moral high ground when you're a Christian. When you come into the truth, that flips. It's not wrong if a man has more than one wife. That's not a sin. That's not evil. That's not wicked. So that takes away the moral high ground that the battle's starting on. You have the moral high ground because you stand on something that's not wrong or wicked or disgusting and this and that this world will try to push it as. So yeah, it's going on, but in a dysfunctional, confused fashion. It's confusion because brothers is getting, let's say a brother got one woman, he get another woman. He don't know if he should break up with one of them and just keep the one. So it's confusion there. So he's already in a confused state of mind. When you're in a confused state of mind, it's hard to defend against Satan's attacks. The Most High don't bring confusion. It said he did everything be done decently and in order. So if you're not operating decently and in order, you operating in confusion, then you lose. You already starting in a losing position in the battle. because you thinking you got to get rid of one of these women and keep the other, like Christianity teaches you. But in his Hebrew Israelite culture, in the truth, you keep both of them. You keep both them women. All right, and it'd be wrong for you to get rid of one and keep the other. It'd be wrong for you to do that. Okay. So that's what you got. That's what you're dealing with. When you're in the world, that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with dysfunction and confusion. You're not dealing with the truth. All right. It's been another great episode. Like I said, we're going to try to keep these going. Make sure they all on time, 5 p.m. We can keep the momentum going. You can go to ishbk.com for more information. Learn more about the truth. Time is short. We only got a little bit of time left in this kingdom. Time to get right with the Most High. Time to wake up out of sleep. High time to wake up out of sleep. Bring forth fruits, meet for repentance. All right. Put on the glorious garments, Israel. Put on your righteousness, Israel. Put on the truth of the Lord. Put on that knowledge, that spirit of wisdom and understanding that only comes from the scriptures, that only come from being taught by the priests and prophets of the Lord that's in the Israelite school, or UPK. We got classes all over the country, classes all over the world. And we online, so it ain't no excuse. Get in the city near you. Hook up with the brothers and the sisters near you, so you can be battling against Satan, the prince the principalities of this world, so you can shed yourself of the world. It's Israelite School UPK, Take Ground Radio, Take Ground breakdowns and matrix sessions. Like I said, go to ishbk.com for more info. Pay your tithes. 10% of all money you earn go to the men of the Lord. Go to ishbk.com to pay your tithes through there. And with that said, shalom.